Hello, hello, hello.
I'm Carla.
And I'm Candace. And this is In the Curls.
Cheers.
Cheers. It hits every time.
And what you drinking?
Got me a little, it was an apple juice and...
So Candace originally started with whiskey and apple juice.
Yep.
And then I witnessed her pour a shot of Bacardi.
That's correct.
Into that.
Just to spice it up.
So it's not a Long Island. We're going to call it the Arizona.
In Arizona.
That's that Arizona.
That's that AZ. Put it on the map.
Oh, man.
I'll make you one day.
You fucking wild, bro. I'm taking it a little easy over here. I'm having a Yingling.
Yingling.
It is a beer, because I know you're going to say, is that a beer?
Gross.
Yes, it is a beer.
Enjoy it.
This beer makes me think of my cousin.
Aw.
My cousin loves this beer. Shout out, P.
Pushing P.
Pushing P.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I had a good day.
Nice.
Overall, it was a good day. K Benz dropped his song. And the album art was on there.
It was indeed on there.
It was. We saw the whole process and how it was made. We posted it on our In the Curls Instagram page. I'm glad I'm not. What's your curl this week?
Today was pretty chill, actually. My day job was pretty chill, smooth. So, which did open up some time for me to work on Kai Flakes' art, which is pressing right now. So, he was able to get a sample today to see where everything's at. He gave me his feedback. I'm going to take the feedback and make revisions and hopefully have that signed, sealed, and delivered, done by tomorrow, which would be really dope. I'm really excited for his art, actually. I think I love
You feeling
the
good about
concept.
it?
Yeah. I feel real good about it. I love the concept for it. The color scheme is dope. And the song is dope. I think it's going to be a dope follow-up for K-Pens.
Tell me more. So how's your time management been?
Time management hasn't been a major improvement yet. However, once this art piece gets done, it will open me up to other projects that are on the list to be worked on. So I do see where I struggle, and my resolution for that is just to take one thing on at a time. Don't keep starting project A, B, C, and D, and then nothing's getting completed. So I just really need to focus on one at a time and make sure that I'm giving each piece the attention that it deserves.
Man, I feel that. Prioritizing is definitely important. I feel like what I'm always saying is it's a lot and that I'm overwhelmed. And I realized why I was overwhelmed was because I was doing too many things at once. Like I was working on playlist curator submissions, and then I was also researching sync licensing. And then I'm like, why am I doing sync licensing right now? Like, yes, it's important, but right now the task at hand, like what needs to be done is submitting music to music curators. So to playlist curators. And upon my research, I ended up realizing, okay, so I got to start a bio. So I was working on the bio. I wrote it out. I had a couple of drafts worked up, and I got it done, I think, with good timing once I, set time aside to just do that and not work on other things at the same time. Like I dedicated this time to only do that. And I was I was interviewing K-Benz too, because that's who I was doing the bio for. And then when I finally sent him the final draft, he read it, he liked it. He was going to be adding his own personal touches to it, as he should, because it's about him, and that's what playlist curators are looking at. It's their first impression of who this person is. It's potential for him to gain fans, like they're learning about him. So I was happy with the outcome of it. And then, now we just, now I'm working on, we are going to be working together on the pitch part of the submission. So when you submit to playlist curators, you have to have bio, and then there's a pitch attached to it. And that's what I've been working on. And it's been working out for me.
Well, that's good. Progress.
That's what's important, right? Like, because if we're not learning, then how can we progress? So it's been good, and now I'm not I'm not as overwhelmed. Obviously things come up and there's changes all the time.
Yeah. And I feel like we definitely have learned a lot. We're still learning. Thankfully, we do have a good teacher, Mr. Bando.
That's an excellent point.
Yeah. Some moments when I know I feel lost a lot too, because, it's all new. Starting a company, starting a music label, starting a brand, a lot of things. Sometimes my head is just spinning, but he's able to, slow down each little step and walk us through it, what we're doing, what we need to be looking up. And he's been a really good teacher.
He has.
Yeah.
So Bando is the founder of MFR.
Yep.
I remember he taught himself all the things that he knows now. So Bando is a producer, right? It's so hard to learn how to do that. Like, how did he do this? It's crazy.
The first time that I heard him making a beat, I didn't even know he made the beat, because he was just playing these instrumentals, and I would vibe out to them. And I realize now that it was intentional, that he was just playing something to see how people would respond to his music. And I'm listening to it. I'm waiting for the song to start. I'm waiting to hear lyrics or something. And I'm just oh, okay, these are no words, but these are some dope instrumentals. And then come to find out he made them.
Oh, that's you?
I had no idea. And I'm just And it kind of those little moments just registered in my mind. Those are pretty dope. I'm how did he make that? I had no idea at the time that so much went into it, because he makes everything look easy. Now that I can compare from back then till now, from when he was how he makes music, it's still so dope, because he makes it just look seamless. It's easy. When he plays something, or when he tells me to pick an instrument or pick a song to sample, and he just creates this tune out of it, it makes me feel like I can do it.
That's a fact.
When obviously I can't, but
I remember when I saw that twinkle in your eye. There was this time that I was in the car with you. So we were in the back. So me and Candace were in the back seat. And we were having a conversation about Made for Rivals. And I remember when you were explaining how Made for Rivals makes you feel, right? And that whole expression and the way you articulated that, I've felt that too. So you're very good at expressing yourself too. That's something that you're very good at too, because all the things that you were saying, I was I know, I feel it too. Because it's that feeling of, it's just right there, we're so close. And it's just like, it's just an arm's reach. And then I just remember seeing that twinkle in your eye. And I know that sounds cheesy, but, you know, in that moment you were expressing yourself and it was like so beautiful to see.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I also feel like, you know, music is an expression. I don't make music personally, but I feel like my love for music has grew, you know, and obviously I know there's other genres and levels to music, but I feel like
they all make you feel something.
Music all makes you feel something, and you want to like listen to different genres and different styles of music. And it's helpful to have that in mind too from a marketing standpoint when we do have to market our artists and market songs, and appeal to different audiences and different demographics.
Yeah. Nah, you know what's funny is I know that seems like it seems like the most obvious answer, right? Like I didn't realize why I loved music. And the reason why I love music is because of the way it makes me feel. You know, it's very hard for me to express myself sometimes. I'm a complicated woman, but I mean, it makes sense why, you know, I chose this path, you know?
Now you really do have to expand and know what's relevant in present day, what people are listening to, how they're listening to music, you know, because how we listen to music from our generation was a lot different.
Yeah, I feel that I've evolved too.
Yeah.
I think that I do have an open mind to it, you know, as far as like, you know, like Spotify, for instance, they have New Music Fridays. You know, like that's a playlist that's on there.
Okay.
I'll randomly click on playlists like that. Or like if I'm seeing that somebody's trending or like word of mouth, like someone keeps, like these young artists that we're working with, like Benz and K Benz and Kai, Flays, when they're having conversations about, you know, certain artists. And if I don't know who it is that they're talking about, like I make it a priority to look it up and listen, you know, not just because I don't know if it's also because now obviously like this is our business. Our business is music. So, you know, we have to be on top of it. I think that I've always I want to be in the loop of, you know, what's happening.
Current,
Yeah.
So you typically use Spotify when you want to find new music specifically?
No. I'll listen to Spotify. It depends where I am too. Like if I'm at work or if I'm at work, I'm typically listening on Spotify. Because I have my computer there. It's all in front.
Yeah.
You know?
That's funny because, you know, back in the day, if you wanted to hear new music, you had to go out to the corner and get it from the guy on the side.
Oh, yeah. We were, so yeah, that's funny. No, here's
what's out right now. $5.
Yeah, so for us in New York, I don't know how it was like in Arizona. You guys did it in the corner store?
No, it wasn't a corner store, but like, I mean, something, because how the corner stores out here is not really what they were in Arizona, but you would go to like a certain part of town and there was somebody selling CDs, or like in the parking lot of a grocery store, there was somebody with like a little briefcase kind of thing and with a whole, like a CD holder, not a briefcase, like a CD case, because that was a thing back in the day. It was a CD case full of different CDs, and that's how you would buy new music.
Nah, so for me, it would usually just be like, they'll have that shit right there on the sidewalk. Either that or they had it in their coat or whatever it was, like
contraband. Hey,
nah, like it's $5, you know, here it is. And it was essentially the playlist of our time, you know, because like these are mixed CDs. That's how we got our music. There's this quote, and it's where words fail, music speaks.
I like that.
And that shit is my truth.
I really like that. That's a good one.
That is a good one.
No, that's a good one. I like that. That's good. There really are so many different avenues to music. When I think about music specifically, I feel like a lot of my favorite songs, they're all tied to a specific memory or like a specific point in time. So like
that nostalgia.
Yeah, like a nostalgia feeling. What's dominant in my memory a lot of times is just thinking about like the laughter and the crazy dances that. So like me and my siblings, one of my brothers and one of my sisters, we were pretty close. And one thing that just like sticks out to me is us being crazy for the Baha Men.
Seriously? That's the one? Okay.
Because even now, I'm just thinking about how we would just like, pick up a water bottle and use it as a microphone and just start singing along and doing the little dances in the video.
Those were the TikToks of your time.
Right, yeah. Like our home living room was the now TikTok. Which is a good thing that, like, you mentioned that too. So I think that's also why I enjoy TikTok so much too, is when you see like these popular snippets of songs that start trending.
Oh yeah, and then they bring it back.
And they do like
obviously.
these, like new generation do like this crazy dance, and I'm like, there's already a dance for this song. What are you guys doing?
Yeah,
but it still is enjoyable to see how music brings people together online, and like they want to get their friends together to make this video to put online, and it's still cool to see like people just like having fun and creating new things through music. It's like music creates communities.
It's what unites us, right?
Yeah.
Like
music is
people
unity.
get together to go to concerts. Everybody's having a good time, having a blast.
Yeah.
People, man, music is a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah, and it really is dope when we're all like, I never been to a real studio before, which is, so for me personally, that transition happened really quickly because I never been to a studio before, and then I went and experienced it, and I thought it was a pretty dope experience. But it's cool to see how I had my first like studio experience, and then now we built a home studio.
Yeah,
now we have like
we see what it takes to make one.
Yeah, we see that, and we have a home studio.
We have a home studio, and it's the smartest. I feel like it's a very smart decision on the way we did it. Like, we just like built this team. We're building it, and it's like it's so dope to like. It's great, like to be able to work on our time. Like we don't have to leave at a certain point. I know our team's gonna thrive because of our unity.
Yeah, we progressed a lot in a short amount of time.
We're gonna leave our mark. Man, I feel like that deserves a cheers.
It definitely does. Cheers to Made for Rivals.
Cheers to Made for Rivals. And we're going to take a shot. For the love of music.
For the love of music.
That feels good.
So?